looking at a few tips about your first 8-kilometer run. First things first, what gear you'll need. So what a lot of runners fall into the trap of is buying a new pair of shoes just before a race. That is definitely not the right thing to do. Best thing to do is get a decent pair of running shoes before you even start your training, because you want to wear that pair of shoes all the way through till the race. You don't only practice in one pair of shoes, you buy a brand new pair just before the race and you end up with blisters within the first couple of kilometers, or you're not used to them and it causes some sort of issue. Linked with that is your nutrition. Also, everyone will read a new article or get a bit of advice from another runner just before the race, and they'll change what they eat the morning of the race. And suddenly they take something which doesn't agree with them, or something totally out of the ordinary, and that can cause issues on race day. So when you're looking to perform, carry on eating what you have been eating, or experiment with stuff while you're doing your training runs so that it doesn't suddenly change massively just before the event. Down to the nitty-gritty of the training. How often are you going to train? If you're starting from absolutely zero training, I would suggest 3 days a week as a good starting off point, and you carry that on for 2 to 3 weeks. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is always a good split because it gives a day of recovery in between each of your running days. You don't want to compress all your training into 3 days and then not do anything for the rest of the week. One of the common questions we get is, should you be running on the road or should you be running on a treadmill in the gym? For sure, the treadmill in the gym might be a bit safer, but my personal preference is definitely to be out either on the road or in a park or on a field of sorts. Okay, with regards to stretching, the stretching you do before a session and the stretching you do after will be quite different. Before the session, you want to keep it a little bit more dynamic. So that means that the body's going to be moving in the nature of the stretch. First one straight off the bat is just a few leg swings. So just nice forward and back movement, helps stretch out the hamstring, helps stretch out the quad, as well as the hip flexor. Second stretch that I definitely include is a side to side swing, so that the leg's literally just crossing over and opening up. Brilliant. Last one, some of the runners aren't too keen on because it's a little bit more of an upper body stretch, but I do really view it as a whole body stretch. Basically called an inchworm movement. Where the feet are going to stay exactly where they are. You're going to walk the hands out, stretch out the lower back a little bit, and then walk back up into a standing position. After the race, the stretches will be slightly different. This is where you go slightly more static. So instead of moving, we're going to have the body set in the position where we're stretching. We're just going to lean forward and try to touch the toes. If you can touch the toes, that's perfect. You hold it there for anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds. The last one, just to get rid of some of the stress and things up in the shoulders, I give this to almost all my clients. We call it the sun stretch. Hands are going to be together, push up elbows together, big of a circle as possible, and shake it out at the bottom.